if you're planning to join, if you're planning to sit IELTS, then it's just great if you can just tell us when and what's your desired score. Tell a little bit about it. Okay, I think we're live now, so I'd like to welcome everyone, everyone who is here live and everyone who is watching us live as well. Seville has just shared with you the link which you can share with your friends and family, and they can watch you live as well. You can watch it later on as well. So my name is Elena, and I'm an English teacher. I'm an IELTS speaking instructor, and I'll be helping you today throughout this session together with my partner, Miss Seville Bayraktar. So Seville, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure, thank you so much, Miss. Hi everyone, my name is Grizzly Bear and I'm an English teacher as well. I'm doing my master's degree actually currently, and well, speaking club helped me a lot during my path for the master's, and I hope you also can well achieve your goals thanks to it. Welcome again.
Yeah, Seville was a member of the club, and now she is my partner. So we co-host these kind of events, and it helped her, and she's now sharing her own personal experience with you. She also took IELTS, so we wonder what study goals you have, if anyone is taking IELTS or not, if yes, what score, what design band you have. Before we start, let's just warm up a little bit. Okay, so Vincent, we can start with you. Please have a floor.
Sure. So I'm Vincent. You can call me Vince, and I'm currently studying like IELTS for school purposes. And I'm mainly focusing on writing right now because I have to get a band score 7. And currently I'm one of the member of a speaking club, and it's a great and friendly environment which really develops my speaking skills.
Yeah, we're happy to have you around anytime. Okay, and thank you for coming also for these kind of free events, because it's an additional practice. So we practice 3 times in a week, but this is going to be your 4th time, which is just perfect to get prepared for the IELTS test. And of course, we should live during the test. Okay, and next one, Veronica.
I'm Veronica. I'm from Poland. I really like learning English. This is my hobby. I would like to know more and more in English and speak fluently. And this helps me in my future job.
Okay, so your purpose is not the IELTS, but your career.
Yeah, IELTS too, but career is more important.
Okay, 2 in 1. Okay, it often happens like that. Cool, thank you, Veronica. And your desired goal for the IELTS, what is your band?
I would like to get 7 or 8.
Okay, cool. Okay, thank you. Now I'm over to Mary. Mary, it's over to you.
Yes, and hi guys. I'm from Vietnam, and I love English so much, and I want to improve my speaking English skill because, and I want if I have a chance and to travel around the world, and I use English and to communicate with many people. And I want to make friends and with many people around the world, and to help me to improve my English skill, speaking skill.
Okay.
Yes.
So why do you want to improve your speaking skills?
Yes, and I shop in the internet, and I take part in many clubs, English clubs, and to improve my English. And but in this club, and I think, and it is so late in my too late the time in my country, so I can't take part in regularly. I think so.
Okay, thank you so much, Mary. Now, Jonathan, we're over to you.
Yes, and
Oh, sorry, Jonathan is speaking now. Thank you,
sorry.
Mary. No worries.
All right. So hello everyone. I'm Jonathan. I've been learning English since I'm in high school. So now I'm still in college, and I've been learning. I'm learning English to achieve my desired job and to enhance my speaking skill to be good at communication. That's all.
Okay, cool, Jonathan. Thank you so much. So as far as I know, you are not sitting for IELTS exam. You're just having some speaking practice. Okay, hi, Kamran. Now, Tran, could you please introduce yourself? Tran Titu Tao, if I pronounce it right, I'm not sure about that. Please introduce yourself, including your name as well.
Hey, my name is Oanh. I'm from Vietnam, and I'm really love English. So I mean that to improving my speaking and language. So I hope everyone will have me. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you for coming, for showing up. Are you taking IELTS sometime soon? Tron, are you taking IELTS sometime soon?
I learned English for 4 years ago, and I am always choice many meeting in internet to learning English.
Okay, so you're not taking IELTS. Okay, I got you. Kamran. Kamran, welcome. It's your second time here with us. So also briefly introduce yourself. Thank God you came earlier today. You didn't miss anything.
Hi, how are you? Hello?
Hi, welcome. Just briefly introduce yourself. So what's your purpose of this study and where are you coming from?
My name is Kamran Nazarov. I'm originally from Azerbaijan, but I have been living in the US for about 4 years, and I one time sit on the IELTS test before and got 7 overall, but this time I'm trying to get a higher band score. So that's why I joined your speaking sessions.
Okay, so we will we'll help you out. Don't worry. Just stick with us and practice with us. Okay. Now let's begin. I think it's time for us to break up in rules. We're quite crowded today, so Sevilla is going to take you to the breakout room, and some of you will stay here with me in the main session. And so I think we can stay here with Vincent, Tron, and Jonathan. Don't you mind if we stay here? So I will assign manually. Just give me a second. So Jonathan, Tran, and Vincent, you will stay with me. And Kamran, Mary, and Veronica, you will follow Cyril and you will practice speaking over there. She's going to share with you all the questions. I'm opening the room, so you should be notified right now. Okay. So by the way, we're going to give you the feedback at the very end of the session, so just stay tuned right till the end. And for the ones who watch us live right now, I'm saying you hi, of course, and if you have any questions, please just let us know. If you have any questions, we are going to address it. Okay, let me share the questions. Guys, did you have a chance to see the PDF file that I shared So did you have a chance to have the PDF file with the questions, sample answers, and some essential vocabulary for today's class?
Yes, I took a quick glance on it.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Okay, there were lots of plenty words, and I think they are going to be just useful for you today to have a more effective discussion. Okay, hope Jonathan and Tran also had an opportunity to have a look at this file. If not, please have a look at the very, after the lesson, because you may pick on some useful language. And let's begin with part one of the discussion. It's a warm-up part. Jonathan, just so that you know, we can't see you. I hope everything is all right.
I'm
No.
looking for my glasses. Eyeglasses.
Okay, no worries. All right. So, Jonathan, you can choose the question out of one, and ask anyone you'd like to in this room. So we have 4 questions, and you're going to ask one of them to anyone in this among the participants. Okay. Jonathan, can you?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
All right. I'll choose Miss Tran.
Hello, please. Hello, welcome. We started already, so we started with the discussion questions. Part 1, I'm sharing the questions again. Please have a look at your meeting chat and turn on your video. Okay, Jonathan, once more, which question did you choose?
Number 1.
Number 1. Okay, can you read it?
Do you like watching TV programs about wild animals?
Cool, great question. And could you please choose someone who you would like to ask this question?
All right. Miss Tran.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
So my laptop have some problem about me. So can you ask again?
I can read it for you, Tran. So question number 1, you can click the chat box and you will see, do you like watching TV programs about wild animals? That's your question. Do you like watching TV programs about wild animals? Yes, no, what do you think about it?
Okay. I really love watching TV. So my favorite program is talking about animation. So I also love this program too.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Now, Tran, you can pick up the questions among the list and address it to anyone in the group. Can you see the questions?
Sorry, but my laptop have some problem and I can't see any question.
Okay, then choose anyone. I will ask the second question. Who you would like to ask this question? Choose someone. We have Vincent, Jonathan, and Knees.
Vincent?
Vincent. Okay, Vincent, question goes to you. In which country do you think you can see many wild animals?
I'd say in an Asian country, whereas there's many wildlife animals, such as like deserts. They say Sahara deserts includes various species of wildlife. So I think that's where the most wildlife lives.
Okay, in the Asia, right? Cool. Why do you think in the Asia? It's a question from me.
I think because of its environment, it's more tropical as opposed to Northern America, whereas we have 4 seasons like winter. So most animals doesn't have the capacity to survive in cold temperatures. So that's why most animals live in like deserts or like tropical countries.
Okay, that makes sense. Cool. Now I think that you can pick anyone. Consider Jonathan or Denise and ask your question.
Do you like to see animals in the zoo?
Who do you ask this question? We have Jonathan and Knies.
Tunis.
Knies, okay.
Hello. Hello.
Where are you coming from, Knies?
I'm from Bangladesh.
Okay, nice to see you. Nice to meet you. Your question is, do you like to see animals in the zoo?
Actually, sometimes I like to see animals in the zoo because I am living in a city where I don't find in very near there is no forest where I can meet with the wild animals with my family. But in that case, I like to see the wild animal in the zoo. Sometimes I go to the zoo with my children so that they can know the different kinds of animals and they meet with them and they know about some information about that kind of wild animal or natural or pet animal too.
Sure. Yeah. Well, it's fun to go with kids, and they can certainly learn something about wildlife, about the animal species. Good idea. Now you have question 4 to ask to Jonathan. Can you see the question?
Okay, I'm seeing this.
Can you please read it?
Jonathan. Jonathan, do you keep a pet?
Yes, I do. I keep a pet. It is a dog. We have total of 5 dogs here. So it's originally one, but the rest of it are just the babies or just the daughter or son of my one dog. So I like them, of course, because they're they're very funny. They do silly things and they keep us guarding when night comes. Yeah, I do like them, and I do keep them. Yeah.
Oh wow, wonderful, Jonathan. Wow. 5 dogs. Are they puppies? Are they all puppies?
They have grown up now.
Okay. Okay. Nice. It shows that you have a kind heart. Okay, we were moving on to part 2. We have warmed up enough, and part 2. For part 2, I'm going to try to keep the time, and we'll see how you may speak 2 minutes. So each of you will have, actually not 1.5 minutes, because we are pretty crowded today. So each of you will speak for 1.5 minutes, and this is just the time that an examiner is going to allow you to speak in your IELTS exam. And well, while I'm speaking, you can check the questions and prepare for them. So describe a wild animal. You should say what the animal is, what it looks like, where it lives, and explain how you feel about this animal. As for me, in my sample answer, I was telling you about the polar fox. So, and I also provided some essential vocabulary. So that could have helped you to respond to this question. I can share with you just a little bit of it. Okay, so when talking about animals, you can discuss these features. Okay, I'm sending it to you now. You can have a look. So their habitat, the class of the animal, are they vertebrates or invertebrates? You can mention these. And of course, their eating habits. This is what you can say. And how they look like, it depends on the animal. But this is just, these are just the headlines for you that will ease your answer. Okay, so let me share this question as well with the viewers, the ones who watch us live. Perhaps the ones who are watching us live, guys, if there is anyone, here is the question for part 2. You can type your answers and we can read it. We can read it and we can also provide you some feedback. And let me also share the headlines that I've just shared with the members, with the participants. So you will also have them right here. I can't send them all. Okay. Sorry, it's a bit too long, can't send it. Oh, maybe I can send it part by part. Okay, if anyone's ready, we can start. Would like to give it a go.
I'm going to try it.
Vincent will start. Okay, Vincent. So let me start tracking the time. Okay. Yes, I'm ready when you are.
Okay. So I'd like to describe a wild animal that I recently saw, and it was a grizzly bear. And here in Canada, we have different kinds of species of bear. So the most dangerous bear is the grizzly bear. And don't get deceived with their physical appearance, because I know that they look cute and they look huggable, but they are really aggressive towards
I'm sorry, I muted you, sorry.
no worries. So sometimes they tend to be aggressive.
Let's restart, okay? Let's resume it.
Okay. Perfect.
Sorry for that, but I
No
think
problem.
second time will be even better.
Yeah. All right. So I'd like to describe a wild animal that I recently saw, and it was a grizzly bear. And not to mention, here in Canada, we have different species of bear. And the most dangerous one is the grizzly bear, because they tend to be aggressive to humans. And mind you, don't get deceived with their physical appearance, because even though they look cute and huggable, they really aggressive to humans, because that's their natural natural sense of like skills. And where they usually lives in rural areas, areas that no signs of people. And I'd say that would be their natural habitat, because they don't get distracted by the noise of the people. And I saw one of grizzly bears when we were traveling to rural areas. And I was surprised, because while we're driving, my father like point at the side of the road, and he was saying that there's a grizzly bear. And we took a quick stop and took a bunch of pictures, because it's pretty cool to see a wildlife animal like that. And I also tell that stories with my friends.
Okay, that was fun. Just right to the point, I would say. But I will give you some more details at the very end of the session. Let's move on. So, Tran, are you ready? Tran, would you like to give it a go next?
Yeah, ready. So now I will talking about a bird. So a bird in Vietnam is have many kind of bird. So it's living in the sky, like some jungle or mountain. So in Vietnam, the birds have every many flavors. So in my country, some famous birds like angel and many birds. It have a colorful color and it's very large. It's um the about eating habits is really diverse. It can is um let me think. This can is fruits and vegetable or some meat of wild animals.
Why do you like them?
I like them because I love I love the colorful and I think it's really good because it have um, I love his voice, you know, and I really love his wing. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Good, thank you. All right, I will give you the feedback at the very end, but you could make it. That's a success. You could speak for 1.5 minutes non-stop, which is quite tough for most of the students. Okay, now Jonathan, it's over to you.
All right. All right. Wild animal, for me, that I think alligator, because here in Philippines, we can find here some alligator, and it very looks scary, and it looks like huge, and you will fear when you saw it at first. It's very not my thing to see them. All right. So it lives in lake or probably in watered area, and then I feel about it. I feel I don't want to see one, because if you see them, they might eat you alive, and I don't want to see that. And but I like them because I don't know, I just like the view, but I don't want to be that close. Yeah.
What else can you tell us about them? So you said about habitat. How do they look like?
All right. They look like I think I don't have see one in my eyes, and then I think their color is green or dark green, something like that. And uh yeah, that's all I have not to say.
Okay, thank you so much. Time's up. Okay, now we're moving on to Miss Fatima. It's your time to speak. If you're ready, I'm going to give you some time. Unmute yourself, because I muted you when Vincent was talking. Eventually, I muted Vincent as well. I'm sorry for that again.
It's okay.
I just tried to do my best to have no disturbance for Vincent. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. I'm ready when you are.
Yeah, I'm ready now.
Okay.
Recently, I have went to Dhaka National Zoo with my children to meet and watch some wild animal in the zoo. Because we cannot manage our time to go to the near to the forest to meet different kind of animals. They are here mostly my children and me. All of us has liked our national animal, Royal Bengal tiger, which is very look like very scary, and it's also beautiful. It is covered with red and black stripes in his body, and it's a very long tail. And whenever it's roam, we become very scared, and it shout very loudly. And it has a very sharp teeth through which it can tear any kinds of hard meat or any kinds of food. Whenever they are at the cell, they looks very innocent, but whenever if anybody poke them, they become very angry, and they roam very loudly. And we keep our children very far from it. And besides, every one of our team has enjoyed this his appearance and his behavior very much. Usually it
Wrap it
sorry.
up. Last sentence. Time is up. Wrap it up.
Okay.
Yeah, you can say
Okay.
one per sentence.
Okay. So yeah, this Royal Bengal tiger is mainly from our mangrove forest, the Sundarban. It has so many Royal Bengal tigers in it still, but it becomes very threatened because of the cutting trees, and because of flood. They sometimes they go into the local village and make harm to the villagers. So villagers sometimes, whenever they find any Royal Bengal tigers into the village, they try to kill and fight with the tigers. Most of the time, the tiger died because of the attack of the local villagers.
Okay.
So in our
much. Thank you. So wrapping means you have one sentence, maximum 2 sentences to say. So that's why I have to conclude it. Sorry. Okay. Let's move on to part 3 now. Again, I'm going to give you the detailed feedback at the very end of the session. Part 3 is going to be a both-way discussion. You will pick up one question and a student that you're going to discuss this question together. And so this student, your partner, is going to respond, and then you can agree or disagree and express your point of view on this subject matter. So let's give it a go. I think Vincent is quite familiar with this type of activity. So we can start with Vincent. Vincent, pick up someone you'd like to discuss a question and address your question from the list.
Right. So for Jonathan, is it the responsibility of schools to teach children about protecting wildlife?
Can you repeat, please?
Sure. Is it the responsibility of schools to teach children about protecting wildlife?
Question 3.
All right. I think yes, very yes, because it is necessary for us to know the environment that we're living, and then we should know that every animal has a value or is matter, and it should be give importance and take care of them while we can, just because I think they're quite friendly. The others are and the others are not, but the human role is to protect them and give a proper knowledge of the wildlife, and teach them how to deal with them. That's all.
Why is it necessary? May I ask you additional question? Why should we teach them how to act appropriately?
Is that for me?
Yes, say the reason why we should teach them. Why we should teach them how to act with nature, with the animals.
Honestly, I don't have any idea, but
okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
Let's ask Vincent. Vincent, why do you think it's important? And of course, you can add something of your own thoughts.
I think it's important to like for the school because they play the big role like for the development of the children to teach children to how to protect wildlife just only by like caring about planting trees because that affects the life of the wildlife animal because they also like uh, they will become endangered species if we didn't really take care about them, and that's concerning one of the concerning things these days.
Mhm. So there is a risk that these animals may become endangered. Yeah. Okay, that's right. Thank you. Great. Now, I'd like, in this case, we can move on to Tran and Nis. Nis, please choose a question, ask it to Tran, and let's discuss together.
Okay.
You are free to discuss the same question, by the way. You can repeat the questions. But
Okay.
of course, you know, for the purpose of practice, it's better to hear different questions and different answers.
Okay.
Have some idea.
I'm choosing question 4. What do you think are the benefits of a child having a pet?
Okay, for me, right?
Yeah.
So I think the benefits of a child having a pet, I think they will have some take care of the pets and is will give a house for pets or a small pet animals and it will give many fruits like have a it will have a fruits vegetable for pets and it give a pets real real good life and I think it will good for pets and I really agree that idea to try having a pet.
One more time, why do you think that it's a good idea? Just your outlines. Why do you think it's a good idea?
I think it's good idea because um it will have a more and unintense it will have a more animal in the future and don't have a make them less and intense. So it's give a house for them and vegetable fruits and food for them. It will they will have a good life for many person and it's good for human life.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you think if we learn how to take care of pets, we can also make a better world. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you, Fran. What do you think, Nis? Do you agree or disagree? What's your take on?
Sorry?
What's your take on this? So Tran thinks that this is important to and beneficial for a child to have a pet because he's learning to take care of the pet and eventually creates a better world. What do you think? What's your take on it?
Okay. Also, I'm also thinking same way because I have a pet and I buy it for my children. I see some difference after buying this pet for my children. They become very sophisticated and they learn how to take care of the pet animals and they learn how to love them. In this way, they will learn how to save the world as well because after a few years they will grow up and if they love different kind of animals from their early life they can apply it in near future and whenever they have any opportunity to protect any animal or endangered animal in the world they will try to save it definitely. That's why I think it's beneficial.
Perfect. Yes, right. Yeah. So you agree with Tran that it's beneficial for the child to learn how to take care of animals. Cool. Now let's move on to the next question, and I think Jonathan, can you now ask your question to anyone in the group?
Should I?
Jonathan will pick up a question. He may pick up you, Tran, or Vincent to discuss.
Any of those here? I mean, in habitat or below of the habitat. Yeah. Wait a minute.
Any question? So
any question is fine. Any question is fine.
Let's pick up question 1. Who you would like to discuss it with? Choose someone.
Vincent.
Okay, today you just to each other. Fine. So, what effects do you think humans have on wild animals, Vincent?
I think humans has a tremendous effect towards animals because they mainly like cause some bad consequences to animals, such as business people when they change the forest into a building, so which resulting to deforestation. That means like the wildlife animals will be their natural habitats will be gone because of the deforestation, and that also impacts some of the animals as well, because they have to migrate to other place, and as a result they will invade other animals personal space, and resulting in them to having a fight together, such as like the one that we can see in the movies, like the predator catch the prey, and having a battle in wildlife.
Okay, Jonathan, what's your take on it? What do you think, Jonathan?
Yeah, I agree. Because of course, yeah, deforestation will affect the animals. Of course, that's very common, and yeah, it will greatly affect. I have no idea what. Sorry. And then,
hard for reasoning, yeah.
yeah. Another question, ma'am.
Okay, yeah, I mean, what effects do you think humans have on wild animals? Think of one effect and just explain it. You don't need to go that far. You can say good effects, or you can mention any kind of effect.
Can you repeat the question, ma'am? It's quite...
Same question. What effects do you think humans have on wild animals? So instead, they change the habitat, human beings change the habitat of wild animals, especially businessmen, in order to build their businesses, their factories or something. They just, you know, cut down trees and cause deforestation, and it has like dominoes, a ripple effect, and it affects every species. So what do you think about it?
Yes, that's right, ma'am. I think it's part of the ecosystem that what you're saying, ma'am, because one is affected, of course, it's like domino effect. Once the other one is gone, and the other one will be affected of it. Like I mentioned again the deforestation, like you said, cutting trees, it will affect the birds, and then they will fly to other forests, and then sooner or later the birds' home will gone because their cottages are down and they get nowhere to go. Then maybe they will die. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Good to go. Let's move on to the last question, last discussion for today. Tran, you can ask the question you'd like to discuss with Kniz.
Okay, I want to ask guys, number one, what effects do you think humans have on wild animals?
Okay, the same question. Okay, can be. You're on mute, Kniz. You need to be audible.
Okay, thank you. I think the main effect we are having on wild animals is we are cutting trees and we are changing the habits of wild animals mostly because due to cutting trees and we are reducing the forest area and that's why so many wild animals are facing so many different kinds of problems, like they don't have enough food or they don't have enough place to roam with, and for this reason they are coming outside of the forest, and also they are facing difficulties in the local area too. And for this reason, we are losing so many wild animals like elephant, tigers, and bears. In our country, most of the ethnic people like to eat meat of bears, and that's why this animal has become endangered in our country, and we are losing a huge number of bears in our country. So I think it's a very bad impact on that, and we should control our habit, and we should not eat the meat of that wild animals to protect our nature as well as to save the world.
Okay, cool. That's the valid answer. Tran, what do you think about it?
I think I agree this idea of her. So because I think some effects that human life for the wild animals is rough house by cutting down trees, burning forests, or loss of the foods, because many people on the world are cutting the trees down and burning the forest or mountain is make a harmful for the wild animals. So I think it will make them less and extinct. So I think I agree to these ideas.
Okay. Thank you so much, guys. And so we have finished our wave. We have come to the end of the session. There is someone connected with iPhone. I can see that. Can we have your name, please? Okay, let's just then move on to the feedback part. And after the feedback, I'm going to check if we have any questions for the ones who are watching us live, and we'll take some pictures. I'd like to start with Vincent. Vincent, that's been a great effort. How do you feel? Do you think it was efficient practice?
Yeah, I think so, but I still like struggle sometimes, like signs of hesitation, because I wasn't really familiar in that topic, like the wildlife. So that's a good idea to have a quick glance on like what topic are you like possibly getting, so which could help your vocabularies and like the way you naturally connect your ideas.
Yeah, sure. So firstly, the PDF that we are preparing before session is useful. That is going to help you with generating ideas and having essential vocabulary to discuss the questions, because most of you I'm sure that most of you may struggle even using your own language, speaking your mother tongue when talking about wild animals, and now you've done it in English. So bravo to everyone. You've done a great job, and Vincent and you in particular. So what I would like to say, of course, you have a really great vocabulary range. You will say endangered species, bad consequences, deforestation, habitat, migrate, predator, prey. So you've used lots of words also from the vocabulary list that we have suggested. You also had a detailed discussion on the grizzly bears. You described the habitats, that they live in rural areas, and you have developed the story that you have seen them once, and you had a quick stop when driving just to have a look at them, and you said that they might be aggressive. That was great. You could at the end, actually, 1.5 minutes was just perfect, because then the timer was passing and you eventually also ran out of ideas. You came to the conclusion part by the end of the story. That was great. Of course, perhaps you could talk a little bit more in describing the appearance. That would be also essential and useful. Well, I know how it feels, though, when you don't know much about any animal and you have to come up with this right away. So that was just fine. And well, the reasoning is also part of your strengths. You just need to pick on more vocabulary and to juggle the language even better without hesitation. So fluency is what you're looking for. And you know, today I couldn't pick on any grammar mistakes. For sure, there should be some, but I was more focused. To be perfectly honest, I was more focused on hearing your arguments and the organization of your ideas, which was satisfying to me. So great job. So just focus on practicing more and more on a daily basis. It will help you to gain the fluency. Any questions?
I think that's good. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, and of course, if you can focus on connecting your ideas, like with the cohesive devices, like besides, in addition, overall, what's more, that will also take your speech, take your speaking skills up a notch.
That's right. And I also like to mention that your follow-up questions like really interestingly good, because it forced us to expand our ideas. Like when I saw a cute animal, but then I didn't expand it and I didn't describe it, you asked like, why do you think it's cute? So that's why I say mainly because of its physical features, like it forced us to like to explain more.
Yeah. Well, I checked and I've noticed some missing points. So I try to help you. Although examiners are usually not doing this, but I'm not in the role of an examiner right now.
Actually, they do. They do. Like some of the examiners, like the previous IELTS exam that I had, it only happens once. Like when I mention something like several important factors, then I proceed into other ideas. Then she asked me what kind of several important factors. So that's a really good point, like to really explain what you're trying to mean. And yeah, that's it.
Usually they do it in part 3. They are allowed to do it in part 3.
Yes, at the part 3. Yeah.
Because it's a discussion part and they're more flexible in this part. Parts 1 and in part 2, surely not. They can't. They should just listen to you. Part 1 is also quite scripted, but part 3 is flexible. So yes, of course, she or he is able to guide you a little bit, I would say.
That's right.
Okay, well, thank you for noticing that that one, Vincent. Okay, now we are moving on to Tram. Tram, ready? Okay, so Tram, I think that for the first lesson, you've done just fine. Yeah, so I would like to congratulate you on that. You were having first lesson, you were having it live, where people will watch you. So despite, of course, some inaccuracies in your language, you managed to express yourself and get your point across. That's great. I would recommend you have one habit, you like to repeat some words several times, like many, many, really, really, very, very. So this is your feature. You may do it, but it's better to use just a stronger adjective, extreme adjective maybe, instead of many, many. A vast majority of, you can say, or an arsenal of something. So there is a better way to express many. So use some extreme adjectives. It will just show a bigger variety of your language. Also, you have the most feature that you need to focus on is pronunciation. I don't know about the other participants, but at times I had some difficulties to understand what you are talking about. But don't worry, you know, with practice, with listening practice, especially listening, and I can recommend you shadowing techniques. With these practices, you can develop it. For instance, I could hardly understand that you're saying type. Yeah, for example, you said type of birds, and it should be considering grammar types. So you said many type of birds should be many types of birds. And the word bird was not very clear to me. Can you say now, repeat after me, type? Fran, can you repeat type? You're inaudible. Can you repeat after me? Make sure your microphone is on and say type.
Fine.
Can you say again? I couldn't hear.
Fine.
Type.
Type.
And bird.
Word.
Okay. What else we have? Also pets. Can you say it? Repeat after me. Pets.
Pets.
Pets. Pets.
Pet.
Yes. Yes. Right. Right on now. Of course, there were some other things, but these are the most important ones. You also said make a harmful something, make a harmful. We don't make something, wait a second, forest, burning forest. Make a harmful for wild animals. You can say it's harmful for wild animals. You can go for it's harmful for wild animals, for wild animals. Another thing, let me see. Of course, you right now you run out of ideas, so I helped you with some follow-up questions, like why? Yes, when you were talking about the animals, the birds, I asked you why you think so, and that helped you to give produce the language that's necessary to express your reasons. Yeah, so in time you will see the tricks. So always give reasons for your answers. Always ask yourself why. Okay, I think like this, but why am I thinking like this? And you'll see that just by asking yourself this question, your sentences will become longer, your speech will also get more extended, and this is really one of the best tricks to expand your answers. So focus on pronunciation, and generating ideas. And as I've mentioned, one of the tricks is by giving reasons to your responses. Is this clear? Do you have anything to ask, to add? Tran, do you have anything to ask?
Yeah, thank you so much. So I really want to improve my English. So I thank you so much.
Okay, you can use I really, really want sometimes, why not? I mean, it's totally fine. Just don't overuse it. Don't overuse it, okay? There is a better way to say it. Okay, you're welcome, Tran. Let's move on to Jonathan. Jonathan, are you with us?
Yes.
Okay, I was impressed by your being so kind. 5 dogs, wow, Jonathan, that's a lot. I hope you have, you have enough time and, food available to feed them all on.
Yeah, it's so hard to feed them. I should have a lot of money.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so yeah, let me give you some piece of advice. You said there were some grammar issues. Let's say it looks like huge. We don't say it looks like huge. It looks huge. It looks huge. It looks big. It looks beautiful. You could say it looks like a trouble if it's not a trouble. I mean, it just looks like a trouble, okay? But it looks huge. It is huge, yes? So you should say it looks huge because you can see it is huge. Okay, what else? Let me see. You also, very often you run out of ideas and you need to work on it. And the same advice would work for you here. You need to ask yourself reasons. Once you provide the reasons, you will be able to express yourself better. Yeah. So whenever you practice, just first think, okay, why I think like this? Pick up one idea and then give example. And voila, you will have a perfect answer. So you don't need to give hundreds of ideas, hundreds of reasons, just pick up one, support it, give an example, and it's going to be a brilliant response, okay? Also for part 2, you did everything right, just you lack description. Remember, I even asked you a question. Okay, so how did it look like? Or how does it look like? You were talking about alligators. How does it look like? You could say that it's green, it has some scale, and it has big jaw and sharp teeth. So give some details like description. And that is going to be great. And sometimes, again, you see, I had to ask you, why do you think so? Why do you think so? So I kept asking you why, because the answer was not enough. So you will learn it in time. No worries, you will learn it in time. And it's great that you came today, and I hope you will be coming to our speaking practices more often so we can tackle this problem, okay? Do you have any questions?
No, I haven't. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Now we're moving on to Knis, our last participant for today. Knis, okay, so well, I would say that your vocabulary range is also brilliant. Let me think and count some of your good points here. You were talking about, you said sophisticated. You gave really nice you gave really nice details describing the lion, tigers, sorry. You described the stripes, you described the teeth, and everything was quite clear to me. Concerning part 1 and 3, you provided nice reasons. Your arguments all were valid, and I think this is also one of your strengths. So you can be sure that your reason is to the point. That means that you are coherent. Your pronunciation is pretty clear to me. Just you mispronounced the word scared. Can you repeat after me? Scared.
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 Scared. Okay.
Okay. Okay. You can practice it a little bit more. Listen to the dictionary. There are lots of online dictionaries, and it will help you too. Considering your connections, I mean connectors, cohesive devices, sometimes you use them, and perhaps you can focus on using them a little bit more so that your speech is even more coherent. I really enjoyed listening to your part 2 because it had an introduction, the body part, and conclusion, as it should be. Yeah, so just it was a little bit too extensive. I asked you to wrap it up, and probably the examiner will not wait for you to wrap it up. Just I will stop you and cut you off. But the was really really nice. Everything was to the point. You developed a story. Yeah, when you went to the zoo with the children. So it was not, you know, to the loop. It was connected to your real life. So we're talking about tigers. Why you were talking about tigers? Because recently you've gone to the zoo with your kids and you saw it, and it's your national animal. So everything was coherent. Okay, so as for the grammar, I'm thinking, you said, I think, yes, it was, you are not thinking right now, not continuing, but it's your opinion. So I think. When you talk about opinion, you need to use present simple, I think. So let me see if my eye catch on something else. I think, oh no, it was okay. And so once you said zoo, I think it's zoo or something like that. Zoo.
Zoo. Thank you.
You're welcome. And bears.
Bears.
Bears, yeah.
Okay, bears.
Okay, so this is what I can tell you now. Yeah, so all in all, I'm contented with your response. You have some areas for improvement, but that's totally fine. You can surely improve it by regular practice. So if you have no question, I think we have some, other members joining us back.
Okay.
Okay, so thank you. Yes. Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So guys, let's take a picture first of all. Smile. And now let me check if we have any questions from the audience. I can't see any questions, but let me ask you if you have any questions today. How was your practice? If you have any questions. Okay. Okay, then Sevir's group disappeared. Sevir, where is your group?
Well, I had 4 people, I think, except for me. Unfortunately, they had to go because they were working. I think they told me, Mr. Cameron told me that he had to leave because he has some other kind of issues, and they actually got the feedback and asked some questions to me, and I've answered their questions. I think they're all fine right now.
Cool, thank you so much. Then, well, I keep staying with me, but let me say goodbye to the audience. They're watching us, right? Or if they are watching the recorded recorded meeting. So thank you, guys. If you have any questions, you can leave the comments below. We will respond, and join us on Zoom and have the practice. I will add all the links below, right in the description. I'll add all the channels, all social media that is going to be useful for you, and you will be able to reach us live and practice live with us. Maybe Sivir would like to say a couple of last words to the people on YouTube.
Yeah, sure. If you have any kind of questions, you can always connect us. As we have said, our contact details will be there for you. And actually, I hope you enjoyed the video as well. We would like to see you among us for the future lessons. So if you want to join, you can always, as I've said, send us a message to get the details. And thank you so much for watching. Take care.
Take care.